I just fed my mollies, I believe yesterday, and they are starving. So I'm going to show you in this live what happens when mollies get hungry. So a lot of times the cichlids, I'm going to zoom out for a second because I know they don't care when they want to eat, and they recognize my hand. So, two things. Here's my hand, right? Now watch what? Watch what happens. So if I put my hand up here, you can see the Siamese alligator staying here. You can see the other mollies staying here. So that's a sign that they know um, they're going to be fed. I try to feed them around the same time-ish. Sometimes I'll feed them later. Sometimes I'll feed them more. It depends generally. And to show you guys again, this is what happens when my fish get hungry. This is a feeding thing that they do in order to basically they're used to being fed, so they're just like used to eating in the pet store, and this is what they do. And all the mollies are up and looking for food. So let's see if they eat. I'm going to be using two foods tonight. I'm going to be using the flake food that I have, which I don't know where. Ah, there it is. I'm going to be using Acreon Tropical Fish Flakes. And they are the color enhancing ones. Actually, this is really wet, so. But it's okay. Because the inside is not wet, just the outside, which is okay. And also I'm going to be using, let me just dry this off real quick. And also I'm going to be using another fish food as well. You guys can chat in the live if you want. I know there's probably no people in here right now. Oh, as I say that, one person jumps in. What's going on, dude? How are we all doing tonight? So I've been having, as you guys know, an issue with ratios in my tank. And that is because my female molly died. I had basically one male to one male to two females per two males. So I had one male and one female, and I had four mollies. One male, one female, one male, one female. And the more aggressive dominant male beat up the female. Apparently the supplier they got them from thought they would be okay, I guess, but unfortunately they weren't, and that happens a lot with mollies. Now these guys are hungry, so I'm going to try to show you what happens, how crazy they get. Now I do feed them a lot. That's because I do not feed my shrimp. So I do feed my shrimp in my aquarium. That's why I feed them a little more, so they don't go after the shrimp as well. I'm gonna try this. Here's the fish food. Throw it in for them. Watch them go crazy. We got one up there that's normal, and I can't get this fish food out. Here we go. More fish food going in. Okay, so the Siamese algae is eating. That one's eating. That one's eating. Check, check, check. We got fish eating today, which is good. The new ones aren't eating yet. They probably were fed this morning. That's normal. And I love to do these lives too because a lot of you guys like to see the shrimp and stuff. So, here, let me get closer. I'm gonna feed them again in a second too, or try and get the other fish to come up and eat as well. Here goes the female, and the other ones are not coming up, which is normal. I mean, they're from all different tanks, so all different tank compatibilities and water parameters. I'll try one more time. See if they want to eat. Doesn't look like it yet. They look pretty fat though, so I'm guessing they were fed earlier. That one is picking at the ground, kind of. But we want to see them. There they go. Or kind of ish. Trying to see if to get them to eat. I'm gonna try one more time just because they're starting to get the hang of it now. A little more fish food for them. Since I may be home later. Give them a little more. Hey, Kaden, what's up? Got some new fish today. And all that fish food falling, guys, is going to be eaten by my shrimp. So I'm not too worried. I'm just trying to get these new mollies to eat. Here's one of the new mollies. She's a lyre-tail molly. Watch her. There's a fish food. The front. Hey, Dan Beam, what's up? Hey, nice tank. Thank you, Lions Fish Shop. I just got some mollies in, by the way, because my fish tank was basically I had male-female ratio off in my mollies. I don't know if you have mollies or own mollies in your fish store, but yeah, mine were off and mine were being aggressive. So, hey Oliver, what's up? What type of fishes you got? I have dwarf gouramis in here. I have Siamese alligators, mollies, guppies, and some of the mollies are shy. I'm trying to get them to eat a little bit, but as far as I know now, they should be up here by now. The mollies are eating. Yes. Okay, they are starting to want to eat. So I'm going to try one more time because one of them is trying to eat. So I'm going to try one more time. And I'm not going to feed them in the morning, so this is okay. It's okay to do once in a while. Just making sure they're not eating, or they are eating. This guy's definitely not eating. He's still a little shy, which is normal. But he has his fin up and he's out, which is awesome. Oh, wait. Maybe he's gonna eat. You gonna pick something, dude? You have a lot of food near you. Come on. Yep. No. Come on. Ish. Maybe. Tried to. No. Yes. They're nice. Thank you. Do you own Molly's near shop? What do you suggest as a ratio for Molly's? I'm just curious. I know mine is off a little bit, but as far as I know, I had luck with 3. I got Tetra Lemon Ruby Noses, Neon Tetras, Dwarf Gouramis, Neon Rainbow Pandora Doors, and a Pleco. Cool. Do you have any mollies in your shop? Like the mollies that I have? So these are mollies, essentially. Just wondering. I'm just going to switch fish food as well because so they get a different variety and not that much fake food is going to the bottom. I also have a big catfish, so he's eating most of it, like everything that goes to the bottom. This is what I do. I don't know much about them. Oh, cool. No worries. Mollies are pretty hardy. I would definitely get them in your pet store if you can get a hand on them. A lot of people do love getting them, and they love the fact that they're live bears, so they have basically live young. So if you have the room or have another tank, I would definitely suggest owning them. You'll definitely make a profit on them as well. I just put in some Molly pellets. I don't have a shop. It's just a joke. I have a wood carving channel. Nice. That's funny. So I literally thought like my dad was like, um, I literally was going through crap with my fish. My local pet store, they had a parasite on their fish. So basically, it was ick. If you look up the fish parasites, that's way too much food for them. But being that they're not eating that, I think they're okay now. I tend to feed them till they get full. But I do have fish that are really cool. Yeah, I agree. They are really cool. Um, Consider subscribing to my channel too. I may know a little information for you. I do share a lot of information on my channel too on fish. Apparently, I'm learning more of Molly ratios right now, but like the fish are. Oh, that one's trying to eat. Is that one trying? Yes, that one's trying to eat. Is all right. No, that one's not eating or trying to eat. So, a good portion of them are trying to eat right now. Is she trying to eat? Why is my Siamese alligator going after my fish? If she doesn't eat, that's normal. I didn't feed mine till like the next day, and she ate like a pig. So, and this Molly doesn't want to eat. So I have two that are iffy, two that are eating. So that's good. I already subbed, watched your tank before. Thank you for that. Just read your channel description. God bless you. Thank you, Wavy. That really means a lot to me. I never really put a channel description on there, but because of the fact that I was getting a lot of random questions, I just put that on there just so people know. It's good to have people know too, because a lot of times, like, I still have people that don't care. So, but with the way it works, I learned to live with it. So I don't know basically how. I'm gonna put a little more in there for them just so they have something to eat and they're full. Now they're full, so I'm gonna feed them a little more food just so they're nice and chunky. I like to keep my fish nice and chunky. My male's still eating, so that's good. But when it comes to that, you're free to ask any questions that you want, Wavy, as well. I'm normally okay with that, and just try to keep them more on the respectful side rather than like judging or asking about a certain thing. So if you wanted to per se ask about the disability per se, that's fine. But if you're going to call it something, that's not okay. So just letting you know. Have you ever fed the bug bites? No, I haven't. I do think that's good food for them. But mine generally love the. Sorry, I was just contacting somebody or talking to somebody. But if you have any questions, maybe it's totally fine. I totally understand. Just trying to make them more, not like degrading somebody's disability. That's all I ask on my lives. So I feed them the fancy guppy pellets from Hikari. They love those, especially the gouramis. And I feed mine the tropical fish flakes. I do feed them shrimp, but I do care for shrimp as well. so it's hard to generally keep shrimp and fish in the same tank without them going after my shrimp. I also used to have a Riley shrimp in here too, a Riley shrimp, but I don't know where she is right now. But they are still breeding, so I do have wild Neocaridina shrimp in here as well. Yeah, so every want wavy, it's when do you go live, Lions Fish? I think I've seen you as well. The shrimp are cool. So, yeah, they're really cool. I honestly like, here's what I've done. I breed my shrimp, but I don't see like the profit in breeding them because essentially you're buying a two $5 cherry shrimp, right? So essentially you're buying a $5 cherry shrimp. Hang on a second. Let me go to a site and see how much. Now I'm just saying shipping wise plus, but hang on a second. So here's what I think with shrimp, and I could be fully wrong, but in all respects to the shrimp, I do not want to spend $10 on a shrimp, $7 on a shrimp. I get the color reason, but in a breeding perspective, it's like you're breeding the fish to essentially, or breeding the shrimp, I'm sorry, to essentially, lose color. So you're losing profit always, and it's not like, of course, you're losing profit with fish as well because of the color differences, but you're always like, if you breed the so the way they made the color in fish was genetics. And I'll answer your thing in a second. Let me just move this back here so you guys can see some of the fish. That's one of my new mollies too. He has silver gill plates. He's one of my favorites. See them right there. And live most days we have a few friends that have great tennis with a lot of, yeah. I'm guessing that's Tannen's tanks. Yeah. That's good. I think I'm subscribed to you. I'm not sure. I'm not, I don't see what you're. I think I'm subscribed to you. I'm not sure. Now I'll definitely subscribe. Um, but I find it honestly like I'll gain one subscriber a day during my live streams. And I don't try to do them to get live people. I do them for the knowledge. So like I'll go live and say, "Hey guys, what's up? This is what's going on in my tank," and people will like it. People will like the fish. Um, you too, and I don't mind you staying. I'm gonna be live until my phone dies. Pretty much, it's at 17%. So, um, it was really hard to do because I literally went through I'm pretty sure you know what ick is because you own an aquarium and you probably dealt with this. So I went through an problem with ick, fungus, and an ick. So basically I got fish. The female, I believe, the female had ick. Then I cured it. Then I also got new fish. Let's see. Yeah, no worries. I'll try to join your lives, Lions Fish Shop. Let me see if I'm subscribed to you, actually, just for shits and giggles. Let's see if I'm subscribed to you. If not, I will, because there's some people that I'm subscribed to online that literally will talk about one thing, and it's like I don't. Okay, so I'll essentially talk about one thing on my lives, but mine's, let's see. I don't think I am with you. No, I'm not. So, let's see. Oh, dang, you have a fire. Okay, I thought you had like a fire shrimp for a minute. Rummy Nose Tetras, you got Neon Tetras. There's a big fat Rummy Nose on the bottom there. Um, and you got baby something. Small baby tiny fish or shrimp or something. No, those are brine shrimp, sorry. Wrong fish. Wrong food. Yeah, so, oh, I forgot. I'll subscribe to you after my live, definitely. Channel looks cool. And stuff like that, so I'll definitely subscribe. My at is, yep, I found you. No worries. I have you in my history. I'll just go back and subscribe to you after my live. You have some really great fish. Thank you. Um, what was weird, dude, actually, is I had a population of guppies, right? And that guppy population, after, well, you're. So that guppy population, after, like, a war change, died. Like, everything just died. And I had mollies in my thing, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? You know, like. So I'm like, you know what? I switched because of all my fish dying. Like, obviously, mollies are aggressive, a little bit semi-aggressive ish, and because of all the death in my tank in a short period of time, I'm like, okay, great. So I switched over to mollies, and they've been a little better. But their pecking order sucks to adjust. But I had literally no joke. For the past 4 weeks, I've been dealing with ratio. Having a male female ratio, you need 3 to 2 mollies per every male, and I didn't have that. So, but my fish were breeding. So, like my one fish was breeding for a while, then she stopped breeding. Um, and then I pretty much was stuck with one female and one female. That's a shame, man. Let God sort out. Not yet, technically. So all the fish you're seeing that are small, all the mollies, including the one that's on the bottom and the one that just swam up top, those mollies are new. Um, I am having a ratio issue right now, which possibly was the issue all along. So my male was trying to breed a female, and I had female guppies at the time, and I had male and female mollies. So I had one male, I one male and one female. So I decided to get Liberty mollies. Liberty mollies are a little more aggressive. That's the molly you see right there. If it's Finn, hang on, I'll show you him. That's the molly right there on top of the plant, going down by the opening behind that gold molly, in front of that gold molly right there with the stripes. That molly is very aggressive. So when I got them, they started leaving marks, like actual bite marks. Like if you were to look at either a sucker fish, like if you were to have like a manatee make like a sucker, like plecos tend attach themselves to mollies, to not mollies. manatees and actually let marks, like circular marks. Um, and that's due to a dominance issue and a ratio issue of the mollies. So not only were they attacking my guppies and my livebearers, they were also beating up on my catfish, and it was mainly the wild mollies. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do, right? And they were being up on every fish, and I'm like, what the heck is doing this? And I started seeing the female going after a catfish. So I'm like, bingo, that's it. And then then the other ones started. The male started going after another little younger male, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So then I had one, both male and female black bellied lemur die within a week. Then I had those die in a week. Then they killed a guppy that I got. Then they killed a catfish. Both of my catfish, actually. One of them died from some reason, probably because I was using ick treatment, and ick treatment has methylene blue, which is damaging to some catfish. So I was using that because I had fungus or ick on my female Liberty Molly. Then the black belly lemur died. Those two died from bite marks on them. Then I saw bite marks on a guppy. That one died. Then I had another uh, thing die, so I wanted to get a male of that. Then that one died. Then I had the Liberty Molly recently that died. So I had 4 or 5 fish die within, a week. Yeah, so I had 4 or 5 fish die within a week, and I only have a 30-gallon tank. So I didn't know the ratio thing mattered because mollies, essentially the tank bred mollies, are very docile, to whereas they're not as aggressive as the Liberty Mollies. So the Liberty Mollies were trying to make a pecking order with the mollies that were already in the tank. And apparently they killed my catfish, they killed everything. So I'm like, okay, let me email the pet store or the company and see what I can do. And that's the molly right there, by the way. And I was literally going through heck, trying to treat fish, doing this, doing that. So I finally treated the female. The parasite or the fungus died on her, which is good. She was fine, eating like a pig. Then I get some mollies in, and these are female mollies. So I'm like, okay, the ratio's off. So when I finally found so I got two female mollies. Both of them died from ick. Then I got no, one of them died from ick, so I got a replacement. Then that one died from ick. So I had this female, right? And this female was fine until I took her off the medication. Her immune system shut down after I took her off the medication, and she did not have anything on her. Then she was shimmying, which is a fish vibrating essentially, or moving in one spot, moving its tail from side to side, and like shaking. And she died within a day. So I'm like, great, this one died, right? Then I wanted to, get females, so I get a replacement that, all the females are dying from Petco. Petco, I call Petco, I'm like, all these fish are dying, what's going on, right? And they're like, oh, well, no, I'm sorry. So I go back to, my phone's low battery, so this might be the last thing I'd say, but, it's like 10%, but, so I essentially go back to Petco, and, no, I go to Petco to pick up another fish, and their whole tank, no joke, every single live bear tank is filled with ick and fungus. every fish has fungus and ick. I'm like, great, what's going on now, right? So they're telling me fish that are sick, not caring whatsoever about the fish's health. Then, you know, that's the fish that lived for like a week and then died. So I'm like, okay, what's going on now? What can I do? So I call Petco and I'm like, okay, my fish died. Am I able to get a refund or whatever, right? No, you're not able to get a refund because you have no water sample. And I'm like, great. My tank is fine. My pet store tested my water twice. My tank is at, like, who else is on the So, so I'm literally on the um no worries. I'll tell you the rest of the story in the other live, or if you want Lions Fish, you can watch this live at when you wake up. If you want, I do post my lives on my channel as well. So anyways, I'll continue the story. You can leave when you want. No worries. I totally understand. It is late here too. And so as I was saying, guys, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my fish, right? So then the pet store is like, I call the pet store. I'm like, hey, my water is fine. I had fish with ick die, and they're not surviving, right? So here I am with a two fish. Okay, so here I am trying to get. I'm falling asleep. To sleep. I'm also cool to get to calf. I'll catch you later and watch the end. Cheers. Bye. I'm edging to this live right now. What does that mean? Um. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and um uh trying to figure out what's going on with my fish and stuff like that. And the pet store's like, oh no, we can't sell you fish because like they're refusing to sell me a fish. And so they're refusing to sell me a fish, and I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with my fish, right? And like I'm trying to tell them, look, I've had fish for roughly 2 weeks. They've had fungus, ick. My tank is fine. These two new fish died with fungus and ick. My tank is perfect, and these fish are still dying. So I tell the pet store this. They're like, "Oh, we're not supposed to sell fish to you. You should bring in a water sample before we can sell you fish, right?" So I'm like, okay, right. So I'm like, okay, let's go to, the Petco, the other Petco, and see, and then I call the other Petco. I'm like, to the other Petco, I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. I do not have a water sample, but am I able to get fish? And they're like, yes, we'll honor the water sample and everything, and you can buy fish from us. So I'm like, okay, great. Refund wise, they're not really supposed to do that, but because they test my water, I'm like, great. Um, but then know that obviously, the store was my friend was dropping me off at another store that I was just told that I didn't have uh fish that were able to um so I just timed the wrong way. No, I don't think I did. So I didn't have like the amount of basically they said wasn't able to buy a fish because I didn't have a water sample, which doesn't make sense. I'm telling them my water is 8.0, but they're telling me I need, a water sample. So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Then I go into the pet store, check out their fish, find fish that I like. That is the current the male orange male I have, and the what other one was the original? Oh, the gold one. So those were the ones that I technically secretly got that I shouldn't have. Pet store thought it was somebody else. I told them, I was like, no, I'm somebody else. So they sold me the fish. Then I go back to buy more because my fish are doing the same thing. They're not so basically at this time the males, okay, so I got the one no, I'm sorry. I got I don't know when I got the male. No, I'm sorry. Okay, so I take it the male. They didn't care whatsoever. The fish itself didn't care whatsoever ever about the molly. Like they didn't care about the balloon molly. They cared about the female molly that looks like a normal female molly. So I had three males going after one female. And the female one, nothing to do with them. Every time the female would go near a male, she would peck at it. And this was going on per day. So I'm like, okay, I need to go back to Petco, right? And they literally refused to give me a fish because they thought they wanted me to figure out the pecking order, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll try that. And I tried it and it worked. So genetically, and they were doing the same thing for the past 3 days. So honestly, they're because they're not doing that doesn't mean like they're going to essentially do that again. But the way so they were literally doing constant, like every time a male would go near her, she would peck at it. That's a sign of aggression and or stress. So I'm like, okay, I'll try that. Try that for a couple of days. Males were fine. They didn't create a pecking order, which is like the dominant male wants to breed with the female. So I'm like, okay, this is working. So I'm like, okay, I need to go. I asked somebody else. I need to go to Petco to pick up, some females. Because I don't want this male in this. Like, I wouldn't want to live in a breeder box that's this big. So I'm like, okay, let me go to, Petco and grab some more mollies. I go to Petco, get some more mollies. Same thing happens. So I'm like, okay, great. The same thing is happening. I have very low female population, right? Well, no. The female population in my tank was good. So the female population essentially was good to the point where they wanted to breed with her, but she wanted nothing to do with them because three males going at their female, or touching a female per se. like bumping into her, stuff like that, or pecking at her would piss her off. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to Petco. I don't want to get 6 fish or 5 fish in order because I have a female in here. She's good. So I went to Petco and I'm like, okay, great, you know, and I'm like, okay, I want 4 fish. I just made sure. I'm like, to the guy, I asked the guy, I'm like, is a small black molly okay to put in with a male molly? And he's like, yeah, you know, they're not gonna, as long as you have the right ratio, they're not gonna per se go after, and every molly is different. So in reality, the specific molly that I was having trouble with had successfully bred with 3 females when there was 2 other males in the tank. So I'm like, okay, great. You know, this is normal as long as there's enough females for. So right now I have basically 2 females more than my male population. So I have 3, 4, 5 females, and they are doing amazing. And right now, no issues whatsoever besides the fish not eating. So I am going to work on them with that. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for watching this live. And I will see you in the next live. And I'll keep you updated as well as post photos of my new fish on the posting section of YouTube on my channel.